February. Heart of America basketball action is the Clarke Pride in town for a doubleheader against the Central Methodist University Eagles. This is Charlie Brown. I'll have the pleasure of bringing you both of the ball games tonight. Ladies game starts us off. Central Methodist comes into the ball game with a record of 16-2, 10-2 in the conference, tied for first place in the conference, and number 8 in the nation in the last poll. Clarke, on the other hand, is number 21 in the poll. They come in with a record of 15-3, 9-3 in conference play. And the Lady Eagles defeated Clarke at Clarke earlier this year. So another big ball game, as it's a chance to push a close-by competitor one game further back in the standings. So we're just about set to go. We've got about 4 minutes to go. We'll get you some more information as we go along. The Lady Eagles come off of a nice win on the road at Baker over the weekend. And they're back home here where the friendly confines of Puckett Fieldhouse. So we're just about set to go. We've got some halftime stuff for you today on both ball games that I think you will enjoy. The men's soccer team will be honored at halftime of the women's game here, where they will get their national championship rings again, back-to-back national championships for the Eagles in soccer. And then halftime of the men's game, there several other teams, women's soccer, volleyball, and a few other things will be recognized as well. So if I look at my sheet, I could tell you what those things are so we don't get too let's see. We get the cross-country program, and the volleyball program gets recognized, and the women's soccer team, and then the men's soccer team will be honored as a team-wise. They're going to be individually recognized and given their championship rings during halftime of this ball game. So don't go away at halftime. Go grab something real quick and come back, as you will get to hear from the athletic department here at CMU about those events and those teams that did so well. And I can tell you that the Heart of America has something called the Commissioner's Cup that is based on finish in the sports that everybody participates in. And at the end of first semester, the standings in the Commissioner's Cup were as follows. Central Methodist is leading. They're number 1 in the Cup standings with 35 points. Grandview is second with 26. Evangel 23.5. Baker's in fourth with 23. Benedictine fifth spot with 19.5. Mid-America Nazarene 17 points for sixth place. Mount Mercy right behind with 16 points in seventh. Number 8 is Mo Valley with 14. Number 9, William Penn with 9. Clarke is number 10 with 8 points. Culver Stockton and Graceland with 4 each. And Peru State with 2. So those teams that did so well have got the Eagles in the standings in the lead for the Commissioner's Cup for the Heart of America Conference. And those that are already finished will be given some due at halftime of the ball games today. So stick around for that. We're just about a minute and a half away from the prayer, national anthem, and the starting lineups of the ball games. Again, Central comes in with a overall record of 16-2. And they are 10-2 and tied for first place in the conference, and they're tied with Grandview, who comes to town this coming Saturday for a doubleheader. So that's another big ball game. Come back for that one as well. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. It is rainy, sleety, snowy in Fayette this evening, but everybody's made it here for the ball game, and we're just about set to watch the start of this as a big ball game for the Lady Eagles, as they lost here last week to Benedictine in an overtime ball game, and then went on the road and beat Baker after a sluggish start. So Coach Davis hopeful that they get off to a little better start tonight, don't dig themselves such a hole as they dug the other night up at Benedictine, as they were behind at halftime of that ball game, and then erupted in the third period to pull away and get the victory there. So we're about ready to go as the crowd starts to file in. President Drake here, I see him down in front. He will be one of the speakers at halftime. So we have got all of that for you. Teams are getting ready to come out and line up for the prayer and for the national anthem. And while that goes on, we'll set our headset down and try and pick up as much audio as we can out of all of that. And then we'll have starting lineups for you when that is finished, when the national anthem is done. We're just waiting, and it looks like we're about ready to go as somebody picked up the mic over there.
Ladies
So here comes the prayer.
Responsibility, servant leadership, and sportsmanship. At this time, would you please rise and remove your hats for a prayer to be followed by the playing of our national anthem. Almighty God, you have created us to strive for our best. Grant to all athletes, coaches, and fans the strength to pursue excellence during this event. We pray for the safety of these athletes, protect them from injury and harm. Help us to honor you today in all we do on and off the court, and make us witnesses to your glory. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
All right, the prayer and national anthem have been done, and now we'll get ready for the starting lineups for the Pride from Clarke University. They go this way with their starting lineups. Number 2, a 5'4" guard, sophomore from East Dubuque, Illinois, Skylar Culbertson. McKenna Hasse, a 6'1" junior forward from Appleton, Wisconsin, number 14. Number 25, Morgan Pitts, a 5'10" guard, junior from Fairleigh, Ohio. Tina Ubel, a 5'11" sophomore forward from Shiocton, Wisconsin. And number 34, Kaylee Van Zeeland, a 5'9" sophomore guard from Greenleaf, Wisconsin. And now the starting lineups for the Central Methodist Lady Eagles, number 8 in the nation, 10-2 in the conference, 16-2 overall, number 8 in there. At guard, a 5'11" senior from Compton, California, number 0, Mercedes Jefflow. A 5'10" guard, number 11, Cheyenne Allen, a senior out of Long Beach, California. At a forward, a 5'11" senior from Flora, Illinois, number 22, Crimson Jones. A 5'9" senior from Peekskill, New York, number 23, Lene Rodney. And a 6'1" senior forward from Helsinki, Finland, number 32, Gloria Malumba. So it's Culbertson, Hasse, Pitts, Ubel, and Van Zeeland for the Clarke Pride. And for the Lady Eagles, it is Jefflow, Allen, Jones, Rodney, and Malumba. Number 8 versus number 21 in the last set of rankings. And we are just about set to tip it off and get after it here from Puckett Fieldhouse. It's cold outside. It's a mixture of rain and snow here. For those of you watching from California, it's 32, 33 degrees and spitting stuff all over the place here. I hope it's nice and warm where you are while you're watching. Hope you will enjoy the broadcast here from Puckett Fieldhouse. 2 heavyweights in the Heart of America Conference, and the Heart has plenty of heavyweights. This week's standings, Central number 8, Grandview 19, Clarke 21, William Penn, Mid-America, and Benedictine all receiving votes that if it was extended out beyond 25, those teams would be included in the top 30, 35. So lots of good teams in the heart, and the Lady Eagles trying to protect home court here at Puckett Fieldhouse. It is Malumba jumping, and the ball is controlled by Clarke as Hasse got the tap. That's Culberson who had the ball. Pitts with it, down the lane. Culberson left-hand side, looks inside, can't find anybody. Kicks it out to Ubel. Trying to get inside. Rodney's not going to let that happen. 3 on the way, rattles around, no good. And Jefflow down with a rebound. Ahead it comes to Rodney. She wanted to attack the basket. She does. Shot partially blocked, gets it back, puts it up, and scores. Lene Rodney with the first 2 of the ball game. Culbertson against Allen. Tries to find somebody to get it to. She's killed her dribble, and she's stuck now. And Jefflow with a steal. Jones back to Jefflow. She's going to take it down the lane. Tries to get it to Malumbo. Can't. And Malumba with a foul underneath as she bumps into
Eagle foul on number 32, Gloria Malumba.
Morgan Pitts.
First.
Lady Eagles with a little bit of pressure coming this direction. This is Pitts with a basketball. She's going to bring it up against Jefflow. She better watch herself. Jefflow's a pickpocket. Almost gets it there. It's on the floor. Everybody's diving after it. Going to be a tie-up, and that'll be a Central Methodist ball on the alternating possessions. Lady Eagles up 2-0 here in period number 1. We're a little over a minute into the ball game. Allen with it across half court. Jones. Rodney. Jefflow. Back to Allen. Everybody's touching but Malumba in this so far. Jones inside. Allen going to drive to the hoop, to the basket, puts it up too hard, can't get it to go, tipped around. It'll stay with Central Methodist. Clock resets to 20 for the shot. It'll be Central ball underneath their own basket. As it looks like Jefflow going to inbound the ball. 4 wide, get it inbound to Rodney. She spins to the hoop, little right-hand hook, little jump hook. She's got 4, Central's got 4, and they're off to a good start. Culbertson against Allen. Pitts with it, well away from the basket. Van Zeeland into the corner. To the baseline, scoop shot, too hard. Jones with a rebound. Ahead to Jefflow, 1-on-3. She waits a little bit, pulls back, looks inside. Malumba was in there. Now Jefflow going to take it to the hoop. Dishes it to Malumba, who's going to take it. Tries to get it back to Jefflow. 1 too many passes underneath. And it goes out of bounds, and it will be Clarke basketball. As Pitts to inbound the ball. Gets it into Culbertson. 8 minutes to go. 2 minutes into the ball game. Skylar Culbertson. She averages 5.2 per ball game. Ubel with the ball into the corner. 3 in the air on the way. Rims around, no good. That was by Van Zeeland, but a rebound underneath. That's Pitts, I believe, with the ball. Culbertson, she's got a 3 teed up. Too hard. Didn't draw anything but the backboard on the other side. Allen with the ball. Rodney, she's going to go hoopward if she can. Step back jumper on the way. Doesn't go, but she's fouled. And that'll go on Culbertson, her first foul. And Lene Rodney's going to go to the free throw line. She's got all 4 points in the ball game, and she looks to make it 6 in the ball game. She's going to get a couple of shots, free throws here.
Team first, stepping to the line, Lene Rodney.
First free throw in the air, good. Rodney, all 5 points for the Eagles in the ball game. Second free throw, rims around, no good. Tipped around, ends back up in Jones's hand. She puts it up, can't get it to go. And out on the run is Ubel. She gets it ahead to Van Zeeland. Culbertson looked to the corner, but was stopped there. All the way down to the other corner. Inside it goes, and there's a foul. Malumba over the back. First foul on the Lady Eagles. First foul on Malumba in the ball game. Gloria Malumba with a foul.
Her second, team second.
Oh, it's her second foul. That's right. She bumped under somebody under the basket. That's the second team foul and her second. So she's in trouble already. Pitts with it. Down the lane. Allen stops her. So does Jones. Around and another three in the air coming up short. Jones with a rebound. Tries to get it to Jefflow, but it's knocked away. It ends up on the floor, and now it'll be a Clarke basketball on alternating possession. It's getting ready to check in Emma Gaber for Clarke.
Checking in for the Eagles, number 25, Deja Eli.
Deja Eli checks in, and Gloria Malumba checks out with her two fouls. Gaber to inbound the ball to Culbertson. 6:50 to go here in first period of play. Pitts. Gaber. Can't find anywhere to go. Try to get the ball inside, and they do to Haase. She kicks it back out. Culbertson with a three. No good again. Long rebound, and Jones, Crimson Jones, comes up with it, hands it off to Jefflow. She goes to the basket, puts it up, can't get it to go, but a foul is going to be called, and Mercedes Jefflow will go to the free throw line. 5-0. First foul on Van Zeeland, her first personal foul. Checking into the ball game, number 3, Faith Begin.
Number 10, Gianna Michaels.
And number 10, Gianna Michaels. First free throw, rolls around and falls. Clarke has not been able to get the ball inside of McKenna Haase very much. She is the leading scorer on their team. Second free throw is good. Haase averages 17 points per ball game. That's Begin. Rodney all over. And there's a steal by Eli. Gives it to Cheyenne Allen. She's got Faith Begin on her. She goes left around her. Tries to find somebody to pass to. Gets it back out to Crimson Jones. Jones wants to spin to the hoop. Pass in the general direction of Allen in the corner. She's got it. Digs it away. Jones to the basket. Can't get it to go. Fights underneath. Can't get it to go. And there's a foul on Jones as Begin had the rebound. Team foul number 3. First on Crimson Jones.
Her first, team's third.
This is Michaels in the backcourt. Here comes pressure. She's going to look for help. Gaber comes back to try and help. She's strapped on the sideline. Goes off of Crimson Jones' hand. And we're going to have a quick timeout. We'll keep it here. We're just a couple of minutes into it. If 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. 7-0 Central as we're just underway. We've played 2.5 minutes of this first period. And Lene Rodney with 5 points and Mercedes Jefflow the other 2. Crowd still filing in here. In a wintry day, evening outside, but it's nice and toasty here in Puckett Fieldhouse. There's the first whistle to make everybody back. It will be Clarke basketball right in front of the scorer's table. And now they're going to take another timeout, so we'll go ahead and take a 30-second break. We'll get a commercial in here on the Eagle Sports.
At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
Back at Puckett Fieldhouse, 7-0 Eagles over the Clarke Pride. Clarke has settled for mostly threes thus far. And it is Central basketball out of bounds over in front of the scorer's table. Crimson Jones to get it inbounds to Cheyenne Allen, and we're back underway. Period number 1. Central off to a quick 7-0 lead. Allen dribbles left, top of the key. Jefflow fires a 3 from long. We can't get it to go. Rodney tries to get the rebound. It ends up going off of the hands of Gianna Michaels. And this is runner down the lane, won't go. That was by Pitts, and a rebound. Eli, left-hander, stops, looks for somebody, gets it to Jefflow. Jefflow wants to drive, goes right past Gaber, but then throws the ball at the feet of Crimson Jones, out of bounds, and a turnover will go over to Clarke. Culbertson back in for the Eagles. As Veronica Preciado into the ball game. Michaels, underneath it goes. Little scoop shot won't go, and that was Emma Kelchin with that, who had just checked into the game. And there's a little runner that won't go, and a foul is going to be called as Jefflow goes to the hoop. She comes up a little gimpy after that. Gianna Nichols with the foul.
Her first foul, stepping the line for the Eagles, number 0, Mercedes Jefflow.
Jefflow to the free throw line. First one is good. She's a 74% free throw shooter. She's 3 for 3 in this ball game so far. Second free throw also good. 9-0. We played over half of this first period, and Clarke has yet to score. Culbertson back in the ball game against Allen. Begin against Allen. Into the corner it goes. A 3 on the way again. That one had a good look to it, but doesn't go. As Gaber missed that, ahead of the pack. Eli lays it up and in off of the nice pass from Jefflow. Deja Eli, her first points, 11-0. 4 subs getting ready to come in for Clarke. Inside it goes, pass too high, too far, out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover, and those 4 players will come in. And we'll tell you who's going to stay in the game. Culbertson, I think, is going to stay. Haasi's back in. Ubel back in. Van Zeelen back in. Pitts back in. So the original starters back on the floor for Clarke. 11-0, under 4, Jefflow. All the way to the basket. Puts up a runner, gets it to go. Basket counts, and she's fouled. She go to the free throw line. Try and finish the traditional three-point play. 6 points for Mercedes Jefflow now in the ball game. And she finishes it off. And we've got a quick whistle as there's something on the floor. Lene Rodney says, whatever that is, it belongs to me. So now it's in Eli's hands, and now it's in her leggings that she's wearing. So whatever it was somewhat important to Rodney, but Eli's holding on to it for her. Coach Davis wants to make sure everybody's okay after all of that. They're going to make her take whatever it is out of her stocking, out of her leggings, and flip it over to the bench. So whatever it was a piece of metal. Might have been a cross, I don't know. But didn't want it on the floor anymore, anywhere. This is Culbertson against pressure. She's going to get double teamed. Gets it off to Pitts. This is Ubel. And a foul out by half court, and then I think that's Jefflow. Her first personal foul. Team foul number 4, both sides with 4 team fouls, so about to get into bonus situation with it being 14-0. Into the corner, all left, all alone, puts up a 3, can't get it to go. On the floor, are going to be tied up as that was Van Zeelen with the 3-pointer, and it will stay with, nope, it'll go to Central Methodist, they say. And now Clarke coming out with some pressure. Rodney to inbound the ball. Gets it into Allen. Quick double team comes her way. Eli in the middle of the court. Jeff Lowe pulls up, 3 on the way, too hard. Tipped around, Eli had her hands on it. Preciado has her hands on it, and it's taken away. It'll be a jump ball. It'll go as Hossie got a hand on it as well. It'll go to Clarke with 3:15 to go. Still a goose egg on the board for the Pride. As Preciado is going to tie her shoe. Officials let her do that, and then we'll be back into action. This is Culbertson. Bring the ball up. Hossie, their leading scorer, with nothing to show for anything so far. Little short jumper, back of the rim, front of the rim, no good. Tipped around, out to Rodney. 1-on-2, and she's going to take it all the way to the hoop. And an offensive foul called on Lene Rodney as she took it just a little bit too far to the basket. And that is her first personal foul.
Number 23, Lene Rodney. Her first, team's fifth. Indicating the Eagles' number 4, Ashley Martin.
Ashley Martin checks in. Cheyenne Allen checks out. Culbertson against Martin. Gets it across half. Continues the dribble into the corner. That's Pitts. Ubel, 3 on the way. Won't go. They continue to shoot him and continue to miss. Martin with a rebound to Jeff Lowe. 2:38 to go here in the first period. Preciado squares up, 3 in the air and good. Veronica Preciado with her first points of the ball game, 17-0. Good way to start a ball game on a 17-0 run. Preciado almost got the steal. There's going to be the first points of the ball game and a foul for Clarke. As 34, Kaylee Van Zeeland puts it up off the glass. Good. Foul called on the play. Deja Eli with her foul, first one. Bonus from now on for the rest of this period for Clarke. This is the tail end of a attempt, old-fashioned three-point play. As Van Zeeland, no good, back of the rim. Preciado with a rebound, out and running. Gets it to Rodney. Kicks it back out, tipped around. Jeff Lowe had it. Martin goes and gets it. Preciado wants to drive to the hoop. Finds herself a little room, puts it up and in. Veronica Preciado with a quick 5 off the bench. 19-2. Pitts. No, rather that was Ubel down the lane. Tipped away as she tried to get it to Pitts in the corner. It'll stay with Clarke. Crimson Jones back in. Lene Rodney takes a quick break with 1:51 to go. Ubel to get the ball inbounds. Jeff Lowe knocks it away, out of bounds. It'll stay with Clarke as they try to get it into Pitts. This will be Ubel to get the ball in. Everybody in a line by the basket. This is Van Zeeland. Culbertson now out top of the key beyond. Almost a steal by Preciado. Block shot. Martin comes out with it. She's got Eli on her other side. Eli's left-handed, lays it up and in. 4 points for Deja Eli. Bench scoring a lot of points here in addition to the starters. Right down the lane. Pitts with a jumper. Won't go. Tipped around. Ends up back outside. Pitts ends up with it again. She lines up for 3 and hits it. Morgan Pitts. First three-pointer of the ball game for Clarke. 21-5. Just over a minute and 5 to go here in period number 1. Jeff Lowe. Eli takes it to the hoop, goes around Hossie, but can't get the shot to fall. Culbertson tries to draw a charge on Eli, falls down, no call by the official. Hossie inside wants the basketball. To the basket and the foul. Tina Ubel to the basket. She scores, and she's going to the free throw line.
Eagle foul on number 22, Crimson Jones, her second.
Crimson Jones with a foul, her second. Lene Rodney checks back in a hurry. Also into the ball game, back into the game, number 11, Emma Gaber for Clarke. 21-7, 45.4 to go in this first period. Ubel makes it. She's got 3 points in the ball game. Here comes Jeff Lowe. Lady Eagles can get a 2 for 1 if they can get a shot off fairly quickly. And they'll get the ball back before the shot clock runs down. Now they probably won't. Preciado, who's been feeling it, puts it up, no good. And over the back is Martin. And to the free throw line will go Ubel.
Eagle foul on number 4, Ashley Martin.
Ashley Martin with a foul, her first personal foul. And that will get the bonus for Clarke. 21-8. It was 17-0 to start the ball game. They've chipped away at it a little bit. I'm sure their coach over on the sideline, Courtney Boyd's telling the troops that to withstand the onslaught at the beginning and stay in and get close. 21-9. First one goes in. Haven't put it there. It is up on the scoreboard. Ubel with 4 misses the second, and Rodney with a rebound. Shot clock off. Lady Eagles have the basketball till the end of the period, if they so desire. Jeff Lowe directing traffic. Preciado in the lane. Rodney, 3 straight up, banks it in. Foul underneath. The shot will count, and it's underneath the basket. So if that foul is on Clarke, it's going to send the Lady Eagles to the line as well if they say the foul happened after the shot, which the whistle happened after the shot. Let's see what they say. They're saying the foul is on 25. It's a push. That's against Central. Looking to see if they're going to put the points up on the scoreboard.
Number 25, Deja Eli.
Deja Eli, her first personal foul. We'll see if the three-pointer counts as they're going to talk about it. But the ball was clearly in the air before the whistle blew. And they do count the 3 by Rodney.
Is good for Lene Rodney.
So Rodney now with 8 points. And that will send Ubel back to the line where she just made 2 with 12.2 to go. First one is good. Coach Davis told me before this ball game that at the game at Clarke on their home floor shot a total of 55 free throws. I don't know how he had anybody left to play at the end of that with 55 free throws. Second one is also good, 24-11, and the Lady Eagles still have a chance at the last shot of this first period. You see the clock counting down. Jeff Lowe is going to attack the basket. Pulls up, tries to get it inside to Rodney, does, and there's a foul as time expires, but I think it's going to be a foul before it hit zeros, because the whistle went before the horn did, and we'll see if Rodney's going to go shoot free throws. They're going to the wrong end. They're not going to let her shoot free throws. They're going to look at the monitors, what they're going to do to see if the foul happened before the red light went on the scoreboard. So we're not done with the first period yet as the officials look at the replay monitor over at the scorer's table. And we'll see if Lene Rodney gets to come out and shoot a couple of free throws with nobody else around as time has expired, or whether they put 0.2 of a second back on the clock, or what they're going to do. Right now, Rodney has 8, Jeff Lowe 7, 5 for Veronica Preciado, and 4 points for Deja Eli. That's the 24 points on the board for the Eagles right now as we wait to see if there's going to be 2 free throws or whether this is the end of the first period of play from Puckett Fieldhouse. In any event, it's been a very good first quarter for the Lady Eagles. They scored the first 17 points of this ball game. So it looks like you're going to shoot free throws, and they're going to put a little time back on the clock, it appears. 0.9 of a second is what they're going to put back up on the clock. So Lene Rodney will go to the free throw line with 0.9 of a second left.
Foul is on 14, McKenna Hossey. Stepping to the line for the Eagles, number 23.
Hossey with the foul. That's her first personal foul. 2 free throws. officials conferring about how many free throws she gets. One said one, the other said nope, it's two. First one in the air, rattles around and falls, 25-11. 9 points for Rodney here in period number one. Second free throw, also good. Clarke will probably just get it in bounds, hold it, and run the quarter out, which they do as the clock starts. So into the first period, it's 26-11. We're going to take a 30-second break as we go to commercial. At the end of the first period, 26-11 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Buy a used car, how do you know that hasn't been in an accident? Experienced water damage or worse have major engine problems. This is Kyle Wymuth with WK. Here, all pre-owned vehicles less than 10 years old and under 100,000 miles come standard with peace of mind, wrapped up inside a 6-month, 6,000-mile powertrain warranty. And because we sell more vehicles than anyone in West Central Missouri, we get more quality trades, so we don't have to shop the used car auctions. For used car peace of mind, visit WK in Sedalia, Boonville, and at WKFamily.com.
Back, period number two, getting ready to get started here as we do a little book work, trying to get caught up on everything that happened in that period. Ten points for Lene Rodney, 7 points for Mercedes Jefflo, 5 points for Veronica Preciado, and 4 points for Deja Eli. That's the 26. Get you the scoring on the other side as we get into it. 26-11, end of one. It's Central basketball. It's Rodney, Allen, Jones, Malumba back in with her 2 fouls, and Preciado. Some zone look now from Clarke. Preciado had Malumba underneath, couldn't get it to her. Back to Preciado in the corner. She's feeling another three, and she hits it. 8 points for Veronica Preciado, and it's 29-11 in favor of the Eagles. This is Ubel who hands it off to Culbertson. Back to Ubel. Down the lane, cut. Jumper won't go, but there's Haase underneath and a foul, and that'll be Malumba's third personal foul as she goes over the back and tries to block McKenna Haase's shot. And Haase will go to the free throw line. Jones checks back in, as that is also in the game is Natalie Spiegel. First free throw rattles around, no good. Haase with no points in the ball game. She averages 17. Second free throw for her. Rolls around but falls. 29-12. Allen to Jones. Down the lane. Puts a shot up. Can't get it to go short. Ends up on the back of, but no foul called. Ubel. This is Pitts. Ubel. Top of the key. She's going to run it to the basket and have her pocket picked by Spiegel. It's 2-on-1 the other way. As Spiegel tries to pass it, but a foul is going to be called. And that'll go on Culbertson, I believe, if that's what they're doing. And it is. That'll be foul number 2 on Skylar Culbertson. Gianna Mickles back into the ball game. Spiegel at the free throw line, looking for her first point of the ball game. Said she was shooting. Sure looked like she was passing. She misses the first one. Second one good. She's on the board. 30-12 now is the score. Pitts. Ubel. Mickles. Into the corner it goes. Thought about a three, didn't take it. That's Ubel. Trying to go down the lane, and we've got a foul called on Spiegel. As she took the ball away, thought she had all ball, but unfortunately she did not. And Mickles to the free throw line. She has no points, looking for her first tally of the evening. 18-point advantage. First free throw is good. Mickles' second free throw in the air and good. More pressure now from Clarke. Allen won't drive into it. All the way across to Jones. All the way across the other side to Preciado. She gets a little jump in there, a little bounce. Spiegel on the rebound. And she's going to be called for a foul for pushing off. And it's her second personal foul. Martin checks back in. Ashley Martin back into the ball game. She's a 5'11 senior from New York. She's got family watching. Welcome to the broadcast. This is Mickles in a lot of trouble, trapped in the wrong spot. Rodney comes out with the ball down the floor, lays it up and in. 12 points for Lene Rodney now. Quick pass up to Ubel, or that's Pitts rather. She stops for a pull-up jumper and hits it. Pitts on the season averaging 12.6. She's got 5 right now. Preciado, Allen. Inside it goes to Jones. Spins, step under, tries to put it up, has her shot blocked by Haase. And out comes Pitts with the ball. Into the corner, almost falling down. Stepping on the end line is Van Zeeland. And a turnover. Eli back in. Began back in along with Gaber. Mercedes Jefflo checks back in. So it's Eli, Jefflo, Rodney, Allen, and Martin. 32-16. This is Rodney with the ball. Almost has her pocket picked. Gets it over to Jefflo. Back to man for Clarke. Jefflo directing traffic. Eli says, you want to pick? And here it comes. Jefflo reverses down the lane, over into the corner. Allen with the three. Clean look at it, and it's good. Cheyenne Allen, her first points of the ball game. Up to 19. Biggest lead of the ball game at 35-16 for the Lady Eagles. That was Gaber. This is Began with the basketball. She stepped on the midcourt line. It's over and back against the pressure. And another turnover against Clarke. Allen, Rodney with it, left top of the key, drives the lane, gets a little alley, puts it up left-handed, can't get it to go as Began gave her some pressure and a little bump on the way that wasn't called. Here comes Pitts on the fly. Almost walks, almost loses the basketball to Jefflo, but hangs on to it. Gets it to Mickles. Inside, kicked by Allen. That'll be a reset of the shot clock. It was at 12. It'll go back to 20. Give them a little extra time on the side, right in front of the central bench. And it comes. This is Pitts, I believe, with it. Everybody's got a ponytail. Pitts tries to find Haase down the lane. Can't get there. Began. And a 3-second violation called on Haase. You don't see that very often anymore, especially with the ball that far away. But Rodney's going to come take it out. 6:24 to go. 35-16 Eagles. Number 8 team versus the number 21 team in the last set of polls. Allen across half court to Eli. Cuts. Allen tries to get to it. Goes off the hands of Began. And McKelkin back into the ball game. She replaces Haase. She is a 6-foot sophomore from Bellevue, Iowa. Jefflo. Straight up three from the corner. Good. Mercedes Jefflo. 10 points in the game for her. Two Lady Eagles in double figures already. Rodney with 12. Jefflo with 10. With 6 minutes to go here in the second period. A 22-point advantage for the Lady Eagles. Kelchin all the way over to Began. Mickles, underneath it goes. Nowhere to go for Kelchins. Back to Mickles. She's down the lane. Doesn't have the ball anymore as Martin has it now, and here comes Jeff Lowe. She's going to take it right to the hoop, put it up, and bank it in. And another timeout called as the lead now grows to 24 at 40-16. We're going to take a 30-second break, and we'll be back in 30 seconds here on the Eagles Sports Network.
How do you make traditional education more effective for today's job market? You transform it at Central Methodist University. Now the only limit to your education is your imagination. The new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
We're back, 5:31 to go, period number 2. All Lady Eagles so far, 40-16. They got out to a 17-zip start. Clarke got it back to 13 at one point in time. Now it's up to 24. Some quick numbers, 3-pointers. Clarke 1 for 9 in the ball game. Central 5 for 9 in the ball game. The Eagles have 6 more field goal attempts than do Clarke. Clarke has 11 turnovers in the ball game already to 5 for the Eagles, so that's the other big number that you need to know, the turnovers and the 3-pointers. When the Eagles get turnovers and make threes, they're really hard to beat. This is Ubel with the ball. She takes it right to the hoop. Martin gets in her way. Allen comes out with a rebound, 3-on-2. Skipping it all the way across, but it was intended to go to Jeff Lowe, but Eli got her hands on it and it goes out of bounds, so it will go over to Clarke. That's turnover number 6 for the Lady Eagles. They just wait for Mickles to get a little further ahead to trap her. She gets it across. Jeff Lowe gets a hand on it and deflects it. Tries to go down the baseline. It opens right up. And Rodney with a block. Martin runs the floor. Gets rewarded with the pass. Nice pass from Cheyenne Allen to Ashley Martin. Martin with 2, her first points of the ball game. This is Mickles bringing it up. Waiting for a trap right there. That's Eli. Around it goes Martin. Underneath it goes. Nice pass to Kelchin inside and laid up and in. First points there for her in the ball game. Allen, Rodney with a 3. Straight up. Rouse around, no good. Eli inside. Bangs for it, but tips it out of bounds. 42-18. Morgan Pitts back into the ball game. Gaber goes to the bench. 4:24 to here go before halftime. Again, we've got halftime ceremony, so don't go too far away. Grab a quick bite and come right back because we've got recognition of the men's soccer team's national championship. Pitts with a 3. Back of the rim, no good. Martin runs it down in the corner. Up ahead to Jeff Lowe. Allen's got a 3 from the left side in the air, no good, but Martin had her hands on it but can't control it. And Pitts comes out with a rebound. Mickens inside to Haas. Haase turns around and bangs into Jeff Lowe. That's Jeff Lowe's second personal foul. And McKenna Haase will go to the free throw line.
Her second, checking into the game for the Eagles, number 21, Natalia Spagel, number 22, Crimson Jones.
Tyler Spagel into the ball game. Crimson Jones into the ball game. Martin and Eli check out. Jeff Lowe with 2 fouls. First free throw good by Haase. 2 fouls on Spiegel and 2 fouls on Eli, and Malumba's got 3 fouls. So some foul trouble going on as it's Jones that got the 2 fouls, I'm sorry. Spiegel with the ball. Allen. Inside it goes, nice pass to Allen. She puts it up and in, or that's Crimson Jones up and in for the basket. Counts, and she's going to go to the free throw line and try and complete the 3-point play. Foul goes on 22, Kelkchen. Preciado back into the ball game with her 8 points off the bench. First free throw, good. Or the only free throw as that completes the three-point play. Mikens, pressure in the backcourt by the Lady Eagles. Allen has Mikens as she's going to come across half court. Haase out the top of the key, but that's a good place because she's an inside post player, so being out by the three-point line is okay. And that foul will go on Crimson Jones, and that'll be her third foul. She's got 3. Malumba has 3. She checks out. Eli checks in. Eli's got 2. Spiegel on the floor has got 2. Pitts at the line. 5 points for her. Free throw good. Clarke now 9 of 13 from the free throw line. Eagles 10 of 12. Second free throw also good. 45-21. 23-point advantage. Allen, Rodney, Spiegel. Zone defense. Trying to push the ball out further and further. Spiegel underneath to Eli. Nice pass, but it won't count as there's going to be a foul call beforehand. And that foul is going to go on 33, Tina Ubel.
That foul on number 33, Tina Ubel. Her first. Checking in for
Her first foul.
Faith Began.
Faith Began checks back into the ball game. Ubel checks out. Preciado inbounds. Off the back of a player. Gets it back. Spiegel tries to drive baseline, can't do it. Eli's got a 3 teed up. She didn't want it. Spiegel saves the ball from going out of bounds off the leg of Eli. Three-pointer on the way, won't go. Eli battling for the ball inside. And then it's stolen away by Spiegel. Puts it up, can't get it to go. And it's going to be a hell ball. And that will be Clarke basketball. So nice steal by Natalia Spiegel, but she can't convert the basket as she was battling with the taller Emma Kelchin.
Number 2, Skylar Culbertson.
Culbertson back into the ball game for Clarke. 2:42 to go before halftime. Pitts to bring the ball in. Pitts, Mikens, Culbertson, Began, and Haase. Small except for Haase on the floor. Haase goes to the corner. Fan 4 out around the three-point line. There's a 3 on the way. Looks good, and it is by Pitts. She's got 10. First player for Clarke in double figures. 21-point advantage for the Lady Eagles. 2:20 to go. Allen looks for a pick from somewhere. Gets a couple. Doesn't go anywhere. Rodney going to drive to the lane. Take it to the hoop. Puts it up left-handed. Scoop won't go. Preciado had it. Missed the putback. Ends up on the floor, and Haase ends up with a basketball. Here comes Mickles wanting to go to the hoop. Nowhere to go. Puts up a shot that's blocked. And Rodney comes out with it. All the way to the corner. Allen with a 3 straight up. Turns it down to drive lane. Little runner in the lane goes. About a 6-footer. And a timeout called by Central Methodist. Sam Caruth will check in when we come back. 30-second break here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Rick Ball Ford Lincoln, my team is driven to be different. Different in a great way because we're going to give you the very best customer satisfaction anywhere. One of the parts about our dealership you will love is our 1995 oil changes. You get a free alignment check, you get a free multi-point inspection, you get a free car wash. Everybody will get all of that combined for $19.95. Stop by today or come visit us at rickball.com.
1:48 to go, period number 2. We're a minute and 48 away from halftime. 47-24 Lady Eagles. They got off to a 17-0 start. They're up 21 now. Here's a couple of numbers that you'll find pretty interesting, I believe. Points in the paint. Central Methodist 22, Clarke 8. Points off of turnovers. Central Methodist 18, Clarke 0. Culbertson has the inbounds pass, and we're ready to continue period number 2. Here comes a double team. Pitts gets it right back. She dribbles out of it. Culbertson. Began with a 3. No good. Underneath, missed shot, put back up by Hasse, no good. As Mickles had it on the rebound and couldn't get it to go. It goes on Veronica Preciado. They've got all kinds of things flashing up on the scoreboard. That's her first personal foul. Hasse at the line. She's got 3 points in the ball game now as the first free throw is good. She averages 17. She's got 3, all on free throws. Second free throw, good. 1:33 to go. Allen going to face a trap. Kills her dribble, tries to get it over to Rodney. Stolen away by Began. Puts it up and in. There's the first turnover points for Clarke. More pressure. Preciado, middle. Into the corner to Caruth, just into the ball game. Looks inside. Long pass to Rodney. Dangerous, but Rodney going to take it down the lane. Goes in against Hasse. Doesn't get the ball to fall. Doesn't get the foul. It'll be a tie ball, and it will stay with Central Methodist. Nope, it's a foul called underneath. Gianna Mickles, her second personal foul. That's team foul number 4, so not in the bonus yet with 1:07 to go. And Preciado will bring the ball inbounds. And it comes to Rodney. She's going to go lane. She does. Pulls up. Little jumper comes up short. Last couple of shots have come up short. And here comes Culbertson. It's down to 19. They can try and get into halftime down a little bit less than they are now. Pitts looks inside. Foul. Hasse takes the bump, scores, and she'll go to the free throw line, and that foul is on Eli, and that's her third personal foul. So the third player for Central with 3 fouls. Crimson Jones is going to come back in. She's got 3 fouls. Malumba's got 3 fouls. 50 seconds to go, 17-point advantage. Hasse at the line to shoot 1 to try and finish up the 3-point play. McKenna Hasse, 6'1" junior out of Appleton, Wisconsin, gets the roll. 47-31. Here comes Allen with 47 to go. Got about 19 difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Allen comes around a couple of picks. Caruth looks inside, tries to drive the lane. Is held up, and it says Central Methodist basketball, so that's where it will stay. Now there's shot clock resets to 20, so there's 13 difference between shot clock and game clock. They're going to reset the shot clock to 14. Preciado to get it inbounds. Has the lob to Rodney, which is what she uses to get it in. To Caruth, 3-pointer from that spot. Side of the rim, no good. And now Clarke got it with a chance to get it down to 14 or even 13 before halftime. And after being down 17 to start out, that would be a little bit of a victory. 3 on the way, no good. That was from Van Zeeland. Here comes Preciado. Got plenty of time. She realizes it now, pulls out and waits. Tries to go to the hoop, puts it up, doesn't get it to go. 1 second, and that's the end of the half. 47-31. We'll take a break and be back in a couple of minutes with the halftime activities. We're going to play the long set of ads that we have right now for our sponsors, and we'll be back in about 2 minutes on the Eagle Sports Network.
At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
Here at Rick Ball Ford Lincoln, my team is driven to be different. Different in a great way because we're going to give you the very best customer satisfaction anywhere. One of the parts about our dealership you will love is our 1995 oil changes. You get a free alignment check, you get a free multi-point inspection, you get a free car wash. Everybody will get all of that combined for $19.95. Stop by today or come visit us at rickball.com.
When you buy a used car, how do you know that it hasn't been in an accident? Experience water.
They represent the best of the best from all over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor and privilege to introduce the national champion Central Methodist Eagles men's soccer team. Men, come on up. This time, we would like to recognize the members of your 2019 International Soccer Team. Members of the team that are unable to be here tonight are Andrea Disseminae, Martins Vizcagans, Alejandro Sorum, Rodrigo Paredes, and assistant coach Rafael Ortiz Ferrara. Now let's bring out your back-to-back national champions. A junior goalkeeper from New Zealand, Harry Foret. A senior goalkeeper from Hungary, Rich Chalet. A sophomore midfielder from Missouri, Hunter Gillum. A freshman defender from Italy, Vincenzo Centella. A senior midfielder from France, Luke Alvarez. A senior forward from England, Junior Kazim. A sophomore forward from Colombia, Daniel Hernandez. A junior midfielder from Spain, Guzman Perry. A junior midfielder from Germany, Colin Horn. A senior defender from Italy, Fabio Tarnowski. A sophomore midfielder from Spain, Victor Lugo. A freshman defender from Colombia, Christian Sanchez Ortiz. A freshman forward from Missouri, Jayton Johnson. A sophomore midfielder from Hungary, Mark Shongrade. A freshman defender from Spain, Carlos Schickerman. A sophomore defender from Spain, Marcos Heilmann. A freshman defender from Slovakia, Jakub Lasko. A senior forward from Trinidad, Kian Robisner. A senior forward from Italy, Alberto Agrazi. A freshman defender from Italy, Alessandro. A senior forward from Brazil, Ian Marquez. And now the NAIA National Coaching Staff of the Year. Athletic trainer Ryan Novotny. Assistant coach Ricardo Olea. Assistant coach David Machitsa. And your two-time NAIA National Coach of the Year, Alex Nichols.
Thanks very much for being out here and welcoming my guys and seeing a great basketball game. We're very appreciative of all the support we've had the whole year, and it's something pretty special to win back-to-back national championships. But you have to have a group of student athletes that are very talented, very disciplined, very hardworking, and good character guys who had easily the best chemistry of any team we saw the entire year. So how we handled the national championship game when we took care of Hastings with these was because of how hard these guys worked and how disciplined and prepared and humble they stayed throughout the season. So we couldn't be more proud of them. We want to thank, in no particular order, but Dr. Drake and the administration for all the support, Kathy Baxter, and alumni and professors who supported us so much. We're going to miss a lot of names, but I have to note the Harbisons who have done so much for us, the Hackmans and Hickmans who are at so many games supporting us and traveling out to see us in California, and of course the Jacobs crew who have been our 12th crew, our 12th man, so to speak. But we couldn't be more thankful, and that's the best thing that we can say. It takes a whole unit. It's so many things are interrelated, and it takes a whole university to make this happen. So, cheers.
If we could get everyone's attention to center court above the scores table, we want to reveal our 2019 NAIA Men's Soccer National Championship banner.
So there you have halftime recognition of the members of the national champion Central Methodist University men's soccer team, back-to-back champions. President Drake said it's only the third time in NAI history that there have been back-to-back soccer champions, and the Central Methodist Eagles are part of that threesome now and have that done. So you've seen that. Hopefully you could pick up the audio from Coach Nichols and the crew down there for that as well, as they are recognized for their national championship, and the championship banner is on display directly across from us. 2019 NAIA Men's Soccer National Champion. Right under the scoreboard to my right is the 2018 NAIA Men's Soccer National Champion banner. So back-to-back championships for the Eagles, the men's soccer team. I'll give you some halftime scoring here in the ball game as we go along. 12 points due to the Central Methodist side. They've got 47-31 lead. Jefflo and Rodney with 12 points apiece. 8 points for Veronica Persadio. 5 points for Cheyenne Allen. 4 points for Deja Eli. 3 points for Crimson Jones. 2 for Ashley Martin. And 1 point for Natalia Spiegel. On the Clarke side, 10 points for Morgan Pitts, only player in double figures. 7 points for McKenna Haase, 6 points for Tina Ubel. And then 2 points apiece for Faith Began, Gianna Mickles, Emma Kelchin, and Kaylee Van Zeeland. So 47-31. It was 26-11 at halftime. And you've got the stats up on your screen to take a look at right now. And we will tell you the field goal percentages. Central shooting just over 42% from the floor to Clarke's 27.6. On three-pointers, 5 of 14 for the Lady Eagles, 35%. 2 of 13 for the Clarke Pride, that is 15%. So free throw line, 10 of 12 for the Eagles, 83.3. 13 of 17, 76.5. So both sides shooting free throws very well. Eagles 11 assists to 4 for Clarke. Turnovers 13 for Clarke, 7 for the Eagles. And second point chance points and all of it. Bench scoring 15 to 6 in favor of the Eagles. Points in the paint 22-12 in favor of the Eagles. Second chance points. Clarke has 9 to 3 points for Central Methodist on second chance. Points off turnovers 18-2 in favor of the Lady Eagles, and they lead 47-31, 26-11 at the end of one period. And then 47-31 now. We're going to take a break, run a couple of commercials, and then we'll be back with the third period of action here from Puckett Fieldhouse with the Lady Eagles ahead as we're going to run the long set of ads that we have. So we'll be back in about 2.5 minutes or so here on the Eagle Sports Network.
At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
Here at Rick Ball Ford Lincoln, my team is driven to be different. Different in a great way because we're going to give you the very best customer satisfaction anywhere. One of the parts about our dealership you will love is our 1995 oil changes. You get a free alignment check, you get a free multi-point inspection, you get a free car wash. Everybody will get all of that combined for $19.95. Stop by today or come visit us at rickball.com.
When you buy a used car, how do you know that it hasn't been in an accident? Experienced water damage or worse have major engine problems. This is Kyle Wymouth with WK. Here, all pre-owned vehicles less than 10 years old and under 100,000 miles come standard with peace of mind, wrapped up inside a 6-month, 6,000-mile powertrain warranty. And because we sell more vehicles than anyone in West Central Missouri, we get more quality trades, so we don't have to shop the used car auctions. For used car peace of mind, visit WK in Sedalia, Boonville, and at WKFamily.com.
How do you make traditional education more effective for today's job market? You transform it at Central Methodist University. Now the only limit to your education is your imagination. The new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
0% for 72 months, plus generous cash savings on our most popular trucks and SUVs now at WK. Enjoy 0% for 72 months, plus cash back on Silverado and Sierra trucks, most Buick SUV models, and the Acadia Terrain and the all-new 2020 Equinox. Winter is here, and there's no better time to get behind the wheel of a powerful new four-wheel drive than now at WK in Sedalia, WK Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Boonville, and at WKFamily.com.
You were cutting up paper? What's that for?
Yeah, what was that all about?
That you guys have been arguing about how the dealership's going to be named in the future. So I just thought we'd cut up the names and put an equal amount in there and then have a drawing, and that's what the name will be.
Hey, Ryan and Ross, can you come look at this trade-in?
Rick Ball Auto Group.
All right, that's it.
They all say Rick Ball. They're all Rick Ball Auto Group.
And don't forget, shop us online at rickball.com.
How do you become better prepared for today's job market? You choose a better way of learning. At Central Methodist University, we are proud to be one of the first to offer a new comprehensive digital approach to teaching and learning that changes everything. Introducing
Back and ready to start period number 3 as I adjust my headsets for you because we turned up our volume as much as we could get on our mics for the halftime show. It will be Clarke basketball to start period number 3 as they try to get it in. They do. That's Pitts with the basketball. She's the leading scorer with 10 in the ball game. Culbertson with the ball. Ubel. Pitts again trying to find a way to the basket. Left alone. She's on the line for 2. Misses the shot. Jones with a rebound. Jones on the floor with 3 fouls. Malumba on the floor with 3 fouls. Starting lineup back out for both sides. Allen tries to find a way down the lane. Gets it to Rodney. She'll drive. Baseline. Tries to find somewhere. Get it back to Allen. Skip it all the way across Jones. Takes it to the baseline. Lets traffic go by. Puts up a runner. Can't get it to go. Malumba picks up her 4th foul. She just has had a hard time staying out of foul trouble. She picked up 2 quickly, came back in the ball game, picked up her 3rd in a hurry, starts the second half, plays 44 seconds, and picks up foul number 4. So Deja Eli checks into the game for her. Pitts against Jefflow. Ubel down the lane, nice move to the basket, lays it up and in. Ubel with 8 now in the ball game. Allen. Offense was kind of stagnant the first time down the floor. Let's see if they can find something to do. It looks like a 1-3-1 variation zone defense by Clarke. There's a pick as Jefflow goes down. Can't get there. Eli in the corner. Got a 3 straight away. Hits it. Deja Eli. 7 points in the game for her. Back to a 17-point advantage. Van Zeeland. Culbertson, top of the key. Free throw jumper from about the free throw line, tipped around. Ends up in Jefflow's hands, and it's 2-on-2, and she's going to take it right to the hoop. Puts it up, foul, the blocking foul, as it may have been inside the restricted area, and Jefflow is slow to get up. Foul is on Tina Ubel, her second personal foul. Jefflow gets up. She came up gimpy in the first half, and she's limping a little bit here as well, left side. She's going to take a little stroll beforehand, and she says she's okay. She's going to go to the free throw line and shoot a pair. She is 5 for 5 from the free throw line so far. 13 points for her. She hits the first one. Second free throw rattles around but falls in. It's back to an 18-point advantage. Van Zeeland with the basketball. Pitts. Haase. Culbertson. Inside it goes to Haase. She shugs off play, and there's a little push inside. Van Zeeland's going to go to the free throw line and shoot a pair. That's number 4 on Eli, 4 on Malumba, 4 on Eli, 3 on Jones. As the Lady Eagles starting to rack up fouls. There's the first free throw by Van Zeeland is good. Her 3rd point of the ball game. Second free throw also good. Eli, a 6-foot junior from Indianapolis. So if she's got family watching this, I'm sure she does. Coach Davis talks very nicely, very well about her because she's got a lot of size and length. Steal by Culbertson. Back around. Pitts with a 3 on the way and hits it. She's been very good from out there. She's got 13 in the ball game now. Rodney wants Eli to come give her a screen. She's going to drive down the lane, bump, puts it up, can't get it to go, and I think it's going to be an offensive foul called against Lene Rodney, and if that's the case, it is. She's still down on the floor. That's her second personal foul. Already 3 fouls against the Lady Eagles, and we're not even 3 minutes into period number 3. Could be a game of attrition before this is all done. It'll be the depth of the Lady Eagles coming into play. Ubel has her pass stolen by Eli with her 4 fouls. Here comes Jefflow. She's only got 2 fouls in the ball game. She bumps, and a blocking foul going to be called there. And she'll get to go to the free throw line. That foul looks like it's going to go on Pitts.
Foul on number 25, Morgan Pitts.
Only her first foul. Emma Gaber into the ball game. Checking out Tina Ubel. Jefflow at the free throw line. First one is good. She's making hay from the free throw line. Second free throw, Also good. I believe she's 9 for 9 now from the free throw line. Back to a 16-point advantage with 7 minutes to go. Culbertson gets it to Gaber. Gaber, across it comes, tries to get the ball inside, tipped, and it goes out of bounds, and it goes off of the hands, and now they're going to have a conversation and change their mind as they had it going off the hands of Hasse, but now they say it goes off the hands of a Central player out of bounds. As the officials, I don't know what they're talking about, but Hasse to inbound the ball, or no, that's Pitts, I think, to get it in. Culbertson, now Pitts flashes to the top of the key. Fights off a three. Van Zeeland in the corner for three, no good. Underneath, put back up and in. Hasse with the basket. 9 points for her. Back to 14. Allen down the lane. Puts it up, scores, and is fouled. I think that's going to be on Culbertson, and that would be foul number 3 on Skylar Culbertson. She leaves, and Gianna Mickles comes back into the ball game. Allen 7 points in the ball game to the free throw line. Free throw good. That's her first free throw of the night. Mickles. Jefflow with a steal. Puts it up and scores. Got it off the dribble and got a ball away and scored. Pitts looks to get it inbounds. Van Zeeland back to Pitts. Tries to get it up ahead to Mickles, who comes across half court. Stops, lets traffic go by her, and puts it up and in. Gianna Mickle with her 4th point of the ball game. And very close to fouling out as she missed the shot to begin with was Eli, and then almost fouled on the rebound, and that would have been 5 for her. Mickles gets it across. She's a 5'6" freshman from Bellevue, Iowa. Hasse against Eli. Eli can't do anything but just put her hands up and hope for the best. And the ball's cleaned up on the miss. Van Zeeland with the basket. She's got 6. Inside it goes. Eli has it go off of her fingertips out of bounds. Kelchin back into the ball game, and a timeout called by Central. We'll keep it here with a score of 59-44. Eagles have scored 12 in this quarter. Clarke has scored 13, so really only cut into the lead by 1 point so far. But foul trouble is going to be an issue for the Lady Eagles as we go along, as Eli's got 4, Malumba's got 4, Crimson Jones got 3, Preciado's got 3. No, Preciado's only got 1, so 2 4s and a 3. The 2 players being Eli and Malumba with 4 fouls each. Eli's on the floor. As I was saying earlier, Coach Davis really likes her length, that she plays much bigger than she actually is. She is listed at 6 feet, but her wingspan is a little better than that. Mickles, they're happy to trap her because she's the shorter of the bunch on the floor, and she's walking all over the place. Pretty soon she'll be out of bounds. And a timeout called as she kept sliding her pivot foot further and further back, and we've got a player down on the floor. Crimson Jones hops up, and the timeout called by Clarke. We'll stay here with it because I think it's a 30-second timeout, and we'll keep talking. 18 points for Jefflow, 12 points. Rodney has not scored in the second half yet. She has 12. 8 for Preciado. And 7 for Eli. Lady Eagles have led from start to finish. They got off to a 17-0 start. Have been up by 21, currently lead by 15. This is the number 8 team in the nation, Central Methodist, and the number 21 team in the country. And we'll tell you that the number 19 team in the nation will be here Saturday when Grandview comes to town. They're 10-2 in the conference, 14-4 overall. So, and they are tied for first place, I believe. No, they're not tied for first place. And there's a steal. I digress. Jeff Lowe into the corner to Preciado, just back into the ball game. Jones with a rebound, puts it up and banks it in. Grandview is tied with Central for first place in the Heart. This is Van Zeeland, 3-on-2 up the court. Step through, can't get it to go. Eli had a shot at it. Mickles gets the rebound. Step back, 3 on the way by Pitts. She's got 16 in the ball game, and she's been very good. Knocked out of bounds. I'm looking to see Pitts. She's 4 for 5, I believe, from the three-point line. They've only made 4 3-pointers, and she's got them all. Into the ball game, Began checks back in, as does Gable. Rodney Jones, Preciado, Jeff Lowe with the ball. Back to Rodney. Eli underneath. They cleared out the side. Rodney with to the basket, comes up short. I think that's Pitts out with a rebound. It was not, but there's a 3 on the way by Gable. Back of the rim, no good. Tipped around. And that's into the hands of Ubel. And there's a 3 on the way, and good by Faith Began. And the lead's down to 11. As this zone has kept the Lady Eagles from driving the ball to the basket. Rodney settles for a 3, no good, and a rebound by Ubel underneath. And here comes Clarke with a chance to get it under 10, under double digits for the first time since the ball game started. There's another 3 on the way. Just hit one, hits another one. That's Began again. She's got back-to-back threes, and now it's down to 8 points. Began's got 8 in the ball game. Lady Eagles sometimes start settling for threes, and if they're not hitting them, it doesn't go well. Jeff Lowe going to drive down. Little floater in the lane, comes up short, and Began's got the rebound. The shots have been coming up short, and the shots have been going in, and down the floor is Kilchin, and it's knocked out of her hands. Jeff Lowe thought it went out off the leg of, but did not do that. Martin and Allen check in. Preciado and Rodney check out. As that 16-point lead has been cut in half from halftime. There's another 3 in the air. That one rattles around. Finally, Pitts misses one. Allen on the run. Back out. Jones going to take it down the lane to the basket. Lays it up. Good. And she's fouled and will go to the free throw line. That's what the Lady Eagles needed. Go to the basket, get the bucket, and get a foul. Faith Began with a foul. Her first personal foul. At the free throw line, Crimson Jones. Two for 2 from the line for her for the evening. She's got 8 points in the ball game. Pitts. Ubel. Double team now. Back to Pitts. Got to pay attention to her. Martin comes out to get her. Gaber. Began. Down the lane. Runner off the glass, no good. Tipped around and ends up back in Haas's hands, and it's knocked off of her out of bounds. It'll be Eagle basketball. As Gaber put it up, couldn't get it to go. A little hard, and then knocked out of bounds. And it's Central basketball with an 11-point lead, 2:50 to go in the third period. Martin quickly down the floor, looks inside to Eli, looks for a pick from Eli, spins away, takes it down. Now she's going to kick, but she's going to be called as she spun. She's called for a travel. That's turnover number 11 against the Lady Eagles. 16 turnovers, with a lot of those were in the first half. Clarke has taken better care of the basketball and crawled their way back into this ball game. Ubel, Pitts, Began. Knocked away by Eli. She's going to get to the left side because she's left-handed. Lays it up and in. Eli with 9 in the ball game now. Pitts. Jefflo almost picked her pocket, but that'll be a foul on Jefflo, and that's her third personal foul. So 2 players with 3, 2 players with 4. Team foul number 4. Ubel gets it into Pitts. Jefflo on her. Jefflo looks for a steal, can't get it against Pitts. Gaber, Pitts, Began. Swinging around. Martin on her. Jumper on the way. Won't go. And Martin with a rebound. Ashley Martin providing good minutes here. Gets it to Jones. Jefflo left wing. 3 on the way from her. Back of the iron, no good. And on the floor, Pitts comes down with it. Couple of Lady Eagles getting ready to come back in. It's Rodney and Malumba, I believe. Hossey down the lane, puts it up left-handed, gets it to go. Foul called, and we'll see who that's against. There's not many people left on the floor that can afford to get fouls. We're waiting to see who they call that on. Haven't put it up on the board yet. And now they do. Crimson Jones, her 4th foul. So Malumba back into the ball game with 4 fouls. Jones with 4 fouls. Rodney back into the ball game. She's only got 2. Finishing up the 3-point play. Rattles around and falls off, and Jones with the rebound. Allen up the floor, 11-point advantage, Lady Eagles. She gets a pick from Malumba back in the ball game, who's got 4 fouls. So Malumba and Jones on the floor with 4 fouls. This is Crimson Jones. Tries to get it inside, knocked away, gets it back. And there's going to be a foul out away from the basketball, and that's going to go on Ubel. Her 3rd personal foul, and that puts the Lady Eagles in the bonus. Crimson Jones at the free throw line to shoot a pair. First one good, 3 for 3 from her from the line. 17 of 19 so far in the ball game for the Lady Eagles. 18 of 20. So the lead back to 13. Pitts back in the ball game after a quick break. She's got the basketball right there. A little pressure defense coming from the Lady Eagles. Gaber. Allen on the floor with it, called tied up, and I believe it goes to Central Methodist on the alternating possession. So with 57 seconds to go, the Eagles with the basketball. Jones, Allen, Martin, Malumba, and Rodney for this last minute of play here in period number 3. Jones, top of the key, looks inside. Rodney to the corner, can't get anywhere. Martin comes and gets it. Allen now with it. Got Began on her. Beats Began on the baseline, but runs into Hossey. Shot goes up, and Hossey looks in disbelief as the foul is called on her. That's only her 2nd personal foul. Looking at the number of fouls, Central Methodist has 21 fouls called against them to 14 for Clarke. And that's not the discrepancy that Coach Anderson or Coach Davis was talking about before the game with me, that 55 free throws were shot at Clarke earlier in the season. They've shot 20 so far in this ball game. Both free throws by Allen good. She's got 10 in the ball game. 3rd player, 4th player in double figures. And checking into the ball game is number 12, Lauren Godbold, knocked out of bounds. It will stay with Clarke. Lead back to 15 with 31 to go. 6 seconds difference between shot clock and game clock. So the Eagles should get the ball back. This is Mickles with it, and they're going to attack her. And she goes to the wrong place to stop, and a timeout quickly called by Clarke because Coach Boyd knew that was going to be a problem because she got it right across half court and then stopped and was going to be double teamed in the worst spot possible. So we'll take a quick 30-second break, and we'll be back for the last 26 seconds here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Cutting up paper? What's that for? Yeah, what was that all about?
That you guys have been arguing about how the dealership's going to be named in the future. So I just thought we'd cut up the names and put an equal amount in there and then have a drawing, and that's what the name will be.
Hey, Ryan and Ross, can you come look at this trade-in?
Rick Ball Auto Group.
All right, as it
They all say Rick Ball. They're all Rick Ball Auto Group.
And don't forget, shop us online at Rick.
We're back. Want to make sure we thank our sponsors for this. Obviously, Central Methodist University, the Rick Ball Auto Group in Boonville and Sedalia, and the WK family in Sedalia and Boonville all make this possible for us to do these ball games for you. Pitts inbounds. Mickle. Back to Pitts. She tries to pass it inside, and it's blocked. And Malumba comes up with it. Allen with it. Shot clock off. 13 seconds on the game clock. Allen drives, tries to get it inside, and it goes off of the back of a Clarke player as they were trying to get it inside to Godbold. 7 seconds to go. Here comes Jefflow back in as an offensive player for this last 7 seconds. She's got 3 fouls, but they're hoping to get the ball to her and maybe get a basket out of her before this ends. Allen. Martin, 5 on the game clock. Martin looks inside. Rodney realizes it, puts up a 3 at the buzzer, can't get it to go, and we're at the end of 3 with a score 70-55. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the start of the 4th period here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Rick Ball Ford Lincoln, my team is driven to be different. Different in a great way because we're going to give you the very best customer satisfaction anywhere. One of the parts about our dealership you will love is our 1995 oil changes. You get a free alignment check, you get a free multi-point inspection, you get a free car wash. Everybody will get all of that combined for $19.95. Stop by today or come visit us at rickball.com.
Getting ready to start period number 4. Lady Eagles jumped off to a 17-0 advantage in the first quarter before Clarke was able to score. 26-11 at the end of 1, 47-31 at the half, 70-55. Statistically wise, Central Methodist averages 86.6 and gives up 70. Clarke scores 75 and gives up 61, so Clarke's already given up more than their defensive average for a ball game, and we're just through 3 periods. Ubel with the ball out of bounds. Culbertson back in. Pitts, Hasse, and Van Zeeland on the floor for Clarke. Allen, Malumba, Martin, Jefflow, Rodney on the floor for the Lady Eagles. They try to get the ball inside to Hasse, but can't do it. Got to keep track of Pitts. This is Ubel outside. Culbertson, I don't even think has taken a shot yet in the ball game. This is Pitts trying to work around the screen to get a shot. Gets it inside to Van Zeeland, tied up, and it will go over to Central Methodist on alternating possessions. We'll have the men's game right after this. About 15 minutes after this one ends, we'll have that ball game. Rodney, back and forth with Allen. Screen comes, Allen steps on the sideline, so it's a turnover. 12th one of the ball game for the Eagles. Lady Pride have 21 turnovers in the ball game, and those 21 turnovers have turned into 28 Central points. Hasse, elbow against Malumba. Back into Hasse. Wants to turn. Rodney takes the ball away from her, but it's going to be called a jump ball, held ball, and that'll go Clarke's way this time underneath their own basket. Less than a minute into this 4th period. Pitts, Ubel on the floor underneath, and now it will be Central basketball as Haase and Martin tie it up there, and it'll go over to the Lady Eagles. Still 70-55. Nobody scored as we're almost a minute into this fourth period. Malumba back to Rodney. Pressure coming at midcourt. Allen. Back to Rodney out by half court. Left-hand side, Jefflow thought about a three. Going to drive to the hoop. Tries to get it to Malumbo, but Pitts picks off the pass. Quickly down the floor to Van Zeeland. Ubel had it underneath. Saves it back to Van Zeeland. Pitts with a three on the way. Partially blocked, and Martin has the rebound. Rodney on the run. Tries to do an alley-oop with Jefflow, but Jefflow doesn't have that kind of hops. So a turnover with 8:35 to go is still a 15-point advantage. As this is Pitts trying to force the ball out of her hands. Ubel with it against Martin down the lane. Partially blocked, foul called. It looks like it's going to go on Ashley Martin. If so, that would be foul number 2 on her.
Eagles foul number 4, Ashley Martin.
It is.
Her second.
And it will send Tina Ubel to the free throw line. Ubel has 8 points right now. First free throw, back of the rim, no good. She's 4 for 6 now from the free throw line in this game. 15 of 21. Central is 20 of 22 from the free throw line. Second one is good.
Into the game for the Eagles, number 22, Crimson Jones.
Crimson Jones checks back in. Martin checks out. So the original starters are back on the floor for the Lady Eagles. This is Crimson Jones, Jeff Flo on the left wing. Rodney in there, nice pass underneath to Malumbo, had an easy shot, passed it up. Now they try to get it back to her, and it's turned over. Gloria Malumbo just didn't feel like taking the shot, and an unforced turnover there as the ball is thrown over Pitts' head, out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Lady Eagles. 1 point scored here in the first 2 minutes of this fourth period. Allen, Jefflow now on the right wing. Inside, nice play to Malumba. She puts it up. Blocked from behind, but a foul call. So Gloria Malumba will go to the free throw line looking for her first point of the ball game. Foul is on Ubel. That's her 4th personal foul. She's the first player for Clarke in trouble. Gable checks in. Haase was going to check out, but after that foul, Ubel will check out instead. Columba's first free throw, back of the rim, no good. A little hard. Second free throw, not going to count even if it goes, with a lane violation. As Rodney is called for getting in the lane too quick, but the shot was no good regardless, so they don't lose anything there. Gaber. Van Zeeland. Culbertson. Pitts. Back to Culbertson. Looks inside to Haase. Can't find her. Pitts. Culbertson again. The Lady Eagles are sagging on Haase underneath. Gaber with the jumper. Won't get it to go. Tipped around. Ends up in Allen's hands, and she's going to run it up the floor. She got Malumba on the run. Malumba's got it, and she's rewarded for running hard down the floor by nice pass from Jefflow. Malumba's first 2 points of the ball game, back to a 16-point advantage with 7:15 to go here in quarter number 4. Gaber looks inside. Culbertson. Van Zeeland in the corner with a 3, hits it. Her 9th point of the ball game. Allen tries to answer a 3 from the other side, can't get it to go, but that's Jones with a rebound, has it blocked by Haase, and Haase ends up with a basketball. To Culbertson. Gaber. Pitts. Pitts was 16 in the ball game. Inside it goes. And there's going to be a blocking foul called on Rodney as she was too far underneath the basket, probably in the restricted area. That's her third personal foul. No bonus yet, but they're going to say she was in the motion of shooting, so Haasi's going to get a pair of free throws. Haasi is 5 for 8 from the free throw line in this game. First free throw is good. Lead back to 12 with 6.5 to go here in the fourth period. Haasi's second free throw, also good. Eli checks in, Preciado checks in. Malumba and Rodney check out. So Eli and Jones on the floor with 4 fouls for the Lady Eagles right now. 3 Lady Eagles in double figures. Jefflow being one of those. Puts up a jumper, gets it to go, foul from behind. 20 points for Jefflow in the ball game. And the foul goes on Kaylee Van Zeeland, her third personal foul. Free throw is good. The Lady Eagles did not shoot free throws very well against Benedictine. Did not shoot them particularly well on the road against Baker for a while, but they are shooting them very well tonight as they're 21 of 24 from the free throw line. Pitts. Began hit a couple of threes in the third quarter. All the way over to Culbertson, almost over her head. 6 on the shot clock. Began trying to get to the hoop. Gets it off to Pitts, and that's a good look. Bounces off the back of the rim, misses a 3. Allen with the rebound. All the way over to Jefflow in the corner. She's got a 3 lined up from there and drains it. Mercedes Jefflow, 24 points for her, and the lead's back to 17. And a quick timeout by Central Methodist. It's a full timeout, so let's take a 30-second break here.
At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
We've got the dance team and the cheerleaders on the floor right now. It's a 78-61 lead, back to 17 points. Each time Clarke gets it down to 13, 12. They even got it down to 8 at one point. The Lady Eagles surge back and push it back up. They're up 17 with 5:43 to go. Buzzer buzzes, and we're ready to go. It's Eli, Allen, Preciado, Jones, and Jefflow on the floor for the Lady Eagles. Began, Culbertson, Van Zeeland, Pitts, and Haasi on the floor. Or, oh, Ubel's on the floor, my mistake. Haasi is not on the floor right now. Pitts with it. Culbertson. Pressure comes here. She comes across half court. Allen stops her on one side, and Jones fouls her on the sidelines, and that's foul number 5 on Crimson Jones. She will foul out of the ball game. She fouls out with 10 points.
Checking in the game for the Eagles, 23, Lene Rodney.
Rodney checks back in as I look to see Jones with 10 points. That is correct. She fouls out. That was only team foul number 3, so no bonus. Culbertson with the basketball against Allen. Uber with a free throw jumper, won't go. Preciado. Allen across to Jefflow. She's been the star right now. She gets it inside to Eli. loses control of it for a second. Allen got it back, and then there's going to be a foul called on Cheyenne Allen in the backcourt against Culbertson.
Foul is on Eagles number 11, Cheyenne Allen.
Good news, that's only one foul on her first in the ball game. The next one will put Clarke into the bonus. 5:13 to go and counting. Lady Eagles have had a lead the entire ball game. Got off to a 17-0 start. Clarke's gotten it back to 8 once. Culbertson 0 for 2 from the three-point line in the ball game. Turns down a 3. Ubel, left wing. Alyssa Stein into the ball game. She's underneath the basket. Long 3 by Culbertson there is good. Her first points of the ball game. She's got 3, and it's back to 14. Jeff Lowe sizing up Pitts down the lane against Stein. Backs up, puts a jumper up, gets the roll, and good. 26 for her. She averages 18. So over her average, Culbertson, Pitts. There was Stein in the corner, and there's a foul on Jeff Lowe as she falls over the top of a player. It's Culbertson that hits the deck. Jeff Lowe's 4th foul. So on the court right now, Jeff Lowe's got 4. Eli's got 4. And 3 on Rodney, and this will put Clarke at the free throw line for the last 4:19 of this ball game, and Haase checks back in now. And Alyssa Stein, a 5'11 sophomore from Cambridge, Wisconsin, checks out of the ball game. She did a nice job in the couple of minutes she was in. Culbertson's free throw, good. Culbertson, 5'4 sophomore guard from East Dubuque. Second free throw. Front of the rim and drops in. Comes pressure by Clarke again as Allen keeps backing up into the corner. Gets it ahead to Preciado. To Jeff Lowe, who cuts off Ubel, puts it up and in. Jeff Lowe cut back, got in front of Ubel so she couldn't get even with her and laid it up and in. 28 points for Jeff Lowe in the ball game. Began back in the game. This is Culbertson with the ball. Haase tries to take baseline against Eli. She stayed in the game with her 4 fouls for quite a while. Cambridge now feeling it. Can't get it to go. Haase misses. And Rodney comes out with the ball, but it's going to be called a jump ball, and it will stay with Clarke. As Rodney had lit for the other end of the floor, and she'll have to come back from that end as she was on her way to go shoot a layup. So Culbertson to inbound the ball. Ubel, Haase, Began, Pitts on the floor for Clarke. Pitts has it. Ubel, Haase has the ball knocked away by Preciado. To the basket, laying it up and in is Ubel. She's got 11. 3 players for Clarke in double figures. Preciado gets the ball inside to Eli. She looks, gets it back, knocked out of bounds by Ubel. It'll stay with Central Methodist. 82-68, 14-point advantage, 3:21 to go in this ball game. Nice crowd for a snowy night. Inside to Eli. She faces up against Haase. She goes to the basket, but it's foul call before the shot. It's on the floor. That's only the 3rd team foul against Clarke. That's Haase. That's her 3rd personal foul, so no free throws for the Eagles yet. 3:18 to go. Rodney underneath the basket. They're going to get her out from underneath the backboard a little bit from behind it. Inbounds it comes to Allen. She's going to dribble it out of there. Coach Boyd wants a double dribble, doesn't get it. Allen with a dribble around Eli to the hoop. Kicks it out to Jeff Lowe. Didn't get to her in time for her to be set. She's going to point up a 3. Comes up with nothing, and Ubel with a rebound. Quickly down the floor. Jeff Lowe almost had it. Began ends up with it, misses it. But there's Pitts with the rebound. Ubel, another 3 just inside, or another shot just inside the 3-point line and hits it. And it's back to 12 with 2:42 to go. 2-3 defense. Allen's going to back it out and take a look at it over to Jeff Lowe on the left-hand side. Preciado comes out to around the half court as it looks like the Eagles are going to run the clock down a little bit. Shot clock at 10. Jeff Lowe going to take it right to the hoop. Around traffic, puts it up, can't get it to go, but I think Hosse's going to pick up her 4th foul of the ball game. McKenna Hosse does pick up the foul. 4th foul for her. 2 free throws for Jeff Lowe. From now on, after this foul, Central will be shooting the bonus as well, so both sides in the bonus the rest of the ball game. Jeff Lowe's first free throw, good. Going to look real quick and see. She is 11 of 11 from the free throw line, 29 points in the ball game. That one scoops out on her. Stays a 13-point advantage with 2:15 to go. Ubel looks inside, can't get it to go. Culbertson beyond the right wing. Coach is encouraging her to go quicker. Began with a 3 on the way and hits it. That's 3 threes for her off the bench. She's got 11 and now 4 players in double figures. And the lead's back to 10. Allen with it out by half court. Culbertson on her, going to run some more clock. 1:43 to go. Jeff Lowe, 10 on the shot clock. Heads to the basket, puts a runner up, banks it up and in. 31 points for Mercedes Jeff Lowe. If her family's watching out in Compton, you should be proud tonight. She's filling it up. Began passes up a 3, takes it to the hoop, gets stripped of the ball, and then ends up in Jeff Lowe's hands. As Eli stripped it out of there, ended up on the floor. Jeff Lowe walks it up, gets it across half court with 2 seconds to spare. Preciado has it. Going to spread it out again with 1:04 and run clock off with a 12-point advantage. This is Pitts out now challenging Allen. Preciado, top of the key. Jeff Lowe lined her feet up, took a little bounce and called for a travel. Missed the shot anyway, so a 12-point advantage with 52 to go. And checking back into the ball game comes Stein, a 5'11 sophomore from Cambridge, Wisconsin. She takes Began's place. Ubel to get it in. Cambridge loses the ball to Rodney. Allen, bank shot, round and out, won't go, and Ubel with a rebound. 43 to go. Into the corner. Pitts with a 3, can't get it to go. One of the few misses, but over the back is Preciado on the rebound, and Stein will go to the free throw line. Looking for her first point of the ball game. Her second foul on Preciado. Free throw in the air, back of the rim, no good. 36.6. Eagles 22 of 26 from the free throw line. Clarke, 20 of 27, pending this one. It's good, 21 of 28. Even my math tells me that's 75%, so that's a good number. And Jeff Lowe was fouled in the backcourt. Boy, I would certainly think you'd want to find somebody besides Jeff Lowe, but that's only the 4th foul. So they've got to foul one more time, so it didn't make any difference who they fouled. Nope, now they said that is 5, so now she's going to go to the free throw line. Jeff Lowe on the season is a 74% free throw shooter, and in this ball game, she's 11 of 12 from the line, and she's got 2 free throws. First one is good, 32 points for her. As the Lady Eagles are right at their season average. They average 86.6, and they've got 86. 87 now. Clarke averages 75.6, and they're a point and a half below their average, so a basket will get them to their average before this ends. Just a couple of seconds difference between play clock and shot clock. There's a shot blocked, and Preciado ends up with a basketball and a foul called, and she will go to the free throw line. And Veronica Preciado has a chance to get to double figures. She has 8 in the ball game. 87-74. Preciado on the season shooting a brisk 81.4%. First one rolls around and stays down. She's got 9. Eli's got 9. She's got 10, and the lead's 89-74 with 21.9. So Culbertson bring it up, get a last shot. Outcome's decided, but not the final score. Culbertson tries to get it inside to Haas. Haase scores. Nope. Going to be a blocking foul before the shot. That's Rodney on the floor. That's her 4th personal foul. McKenna Haase. It is a foul on Haase instead, an offensive foul, and she fouls out of the ball game with 13 points. Coach Boyd taking her time before sending Van Zeeland back into the ball game. 10.9 to go. Eagles get across half court, and this game could be over with an 89-74 victory over the number 21 team. Jefflow gets it across half court. She's going to dribble it out right there, and 89-74 will be our final. We'll keep it here, give you a quick recap of the scoring, and then we'll reset for the men's game in just about 20 minutes from now. So Mercedes Jefflow with 33 points, 12 points for Lene Rodney, 10 points for Crimson Jones, 10 points for Cheyenne Allen, 10 points for Veronica Preciado, 9 points for Deja Eli, and let's see, what else have we got? 2 points for Gloria Malumba, 2 points for Ashley Martin, and 1 point for Natalie Spiegel. On the Clarke side, they were led by Morgan Pitts with 16, 13 each for Tina Ubel and McKenna Haase. 11 points for Faith Began, 9 points for Kaylee Van Zeeland, and then 4 points for Gianna Mickles, 2 points Emma Kelchin, 1 point for Alyssa Stein. So that's how it ends up 89-74. We'll be back as they put 20 minutes on the clock. We'll be back in 15 minutes for the men's game between these same two schools here on the Eagles Sports Network.